Every morning, we stand in front of the mirror and choose an outfit based on what we want to project to the rest of the world. We assume the primary audience for that outfit is the people looking at us. In reality, the primary audience is our own subconscious mind. To understand why, we have to look at a neuroscientific principle called embodied cognition. For decades, researchers treated the human mind like a closed-loop computer sitting in a vat. But the mind relies heavily on the body. The physical sensations you experience, what you touch, your posture, the temperature of your skin, feed directly back into your brain, altering how you process information. In 2012, researchers Hayo Adam and Adam Galinsky took this a step further. They wanted to know if this biological feedback loop applied to the specific items of clothing we wear. They identified a highly specialized phenomenon known as enclothed cognition. This is the exact formula required for the phenomenon to work. A piece of clothing will only alter your psychology when the literal, tactile sensation of wearing the garment combines perfectly with the deep-seated symbolic meaning you associate with that item. When those two variables lock together, changing your shirt acts as a structural input. It provides the brain a specific signal to prioritize mental functions, like focus or problem-solving. Adam and Galinsky designed an experiment using the Stroop task. This is a notoriously frustrating psychological test, where you must name the color of the ink a word is printed in, while ignoring the word itself. Passing it requires intense selective attention. They split a group of 58 students in half. One group took the test in their normal everyday street clothes. The other group took the exact same test while wearing identical white laboratory coats. This chart breaks down the results. The group wearing the lab coats experienced a massive spike in focus. They cut their error rate entirely in half compared to the control group. The researchers then ran a second variation of the test to isolate the variables. They gave the exact same white coat to a new group of students, but told them it was a painter's coat. The cognitive boost vanished. The students performed exactly the same as the people in street clothes. The physical fabric possessed no inherent power. The brain only activated those neural networks for focus when the physical feeling of wearing the coat aligned with the internalized symbol of a doctor's scientific precision. If a lab coat sharpens raw attention, other garments alter entirely different modes of thinking. In 2015, psychologist Michael Slepian investigated how formal business wear affects strategic problem-solving. His work relies on construal-level theory, the psychological principle that distance dictates how we think. When things feel physically or socially close to us, we focus heavily on immediate, concrete details. When things feel distant, we zoom out to look at the big picture. Formal clothing is deeply tied to professional environments, strict rules, and boundaries. When you put on a tailored suit, you generate an internal feeling of power and place a boundary of social distance between yourself and others. Slepian's structural map shows formal clothes create social distance, shifting the brain into abstract cognitive processing for strategic problem-solving. Conversely, casual clothing generates intimacy, shifting into concrete processing. You lose the wide lens but gain hyperfocus for detailed execution. Formal wear acts as a psychological lever. It pulls your perspective up from the trenches of a detail-oriented worker and places you in the mindset of a big-picture strategist. This brings us to the remote work era and a habit known as the Zoom mullet, wearing a professional blazer on top for the camera and casual pajama pants or shorts on the bottom. To test the impact of this habit, researchers analyzed 3 distinct groups: those in full home attire, those in full work attire, and those in mixed clothing. They identified an outcome: enclothed dissonance. When the brain is presented with a formal blazer and pajama pants simultaneously, it receives 2 mutually exclusive signals: professional focus and home-based relaxation. Unlike the harmony of a uniform, these symbols pull the mind in opposite directions. Resolving that subconscious identity clash requires constant mental effort. It creates a subtle but continuous drain on cognitive resources, leading to lower levels of engagement and a faster exhaustion of mental energy. Choosing a mixed outfit doesn't save time. It creates a background conflict that actively self-sabotages your ability to maintain focus. We should view the items hanging in our closets as a collection of cognitive interfaces. A lab coat can prime the brain for laser attention. A tailored suit provides the social distance needed for abstract thinking. Casual wear provides the intimacy required for concrete execution. Curious, instead of waking up and asking the mirror, "What looks good today?" we should be asking ourselves, "What kind of thinking do I need to do today?" By intentionally aligning our physical garments with the specific mental state we require, we transform our wardrobe into a tool to regulate our focus and improve how we navigate complex tasks.